Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, we're off for more of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. In the last episode, we finished off Wonderland. We couldn't rescue Alice, but we found the culprit, which was the Trick Master, and he hit me with a couple of tricky shots. And we also shot down some gummy ships on the way back to Traverse Town, gaining in the first few achievements. The reason why I don't mention them while I'm recording is because I have to edit them in because, well, I've already got them because I'm playing on my main account, and I've already said, make a mental note to myself, if I'm going to be doing the game, like any games further on, unless I choose not to for DLC or modding reasons, well, I say modding reasons, that would be mostly for Steam, but you know what I mean, that's when, well, I'll have to edit in the achievements myself, because I've already got them, so that's why I've got a chest tally, because it's not going to appear during normal gameplay. But anyway, in this episode, we're going to do a little bit more preparation before we leave to the next world. I mean, I've only got 120 money, and a potion is worth 60. I've got 3 potions on myself, but only 1 potion in storage. I kind of need a few more for what's coming up, but we do have this pretty stone that I haven't actually given much attention to since Kyrie gave it to us during Destiny Islands. It has little value. It literally has no other reason for existing other than for selling. So I could sell that, so let's have a quick look to see what we can sell it for. There's no special place to sell it, so we'll just have a quick check here. So let's go to stock and let's scroll down a tad here. Pretty stone is worth 100. That's actually not so bad at all. But mithril shards, mithril, they're worth more, and yet we've got multiple ones of those. And you know what? I do not mind selling a couple of my mithril, so I'm going to sell 2 of them. So we have a little bit of money. And I'm going to go back to Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Don't know why they're here, to be perfectly honest with you, because, you know, Donald and Goofy came from Disney Castle. You'd think they'll be in that world, but no, for some reason they've set up shop here. Do they have access to a gummy ship? Hell if I know, but yeah, that's actually something that's never questioned. And like I said, I could be grinding up on Heartless right now, just so I'm a little bit stronger as well, but I don't intend on exploring this level, so I'll just be battling, and for now I want every level on screen, so let's buy a couple more potions here. How many can we buy at once? We can buy up to 7. How many ethers do we have? Well, I'm going to buy... I'll buy 1 ether, put it in stock, and the rest of my money is going to go into potions. Put that in stock. So we got 4 potions and an ether. The ether is mainly for Donald, so he can still attack a tad. But we have got enough of other items in order for us to be prepared. So I feel like we're adequately prepared to continue on to the next level. I didn't need to sell the mithril shards. Like I said, I could have grinded, but we can't do anything with them at the moment, so they're just money fodder. And normally I don't normally do that. Normally I just tough it out and just, you know, let Donald and Goofy take out the enemies. But, you know, I don't have all the time in the world. I'm making a video. I want to do this professionally. I'm professionally making my plans. So yes, going toward here and saving after customizing our ship did actually give us achievements. I thought I would acknowledge that right now since I've edited the video. But I couldn't find any information about, like, on the first visit to a level, if it would give us anything. Didn't find any information on that. There was no conclusive evidence. So I'm guessing that's not the case because the mission's not available for you to complete. Because I can't even view them by pressing triangle, so... But this is the level we need to go to, so let's not waste any more time and actually blast off yet again. And... yes, I have a new weapon. That's the wrong button. Oh, that was something I forgot I completely remedy. I did put this as a notification on screen. I completely forgot about this. I couldn't remember where to change my controls. It's been a little bit while since the last recording session. But, where I actually covered flying. But I had recorded a little bit ahead. What I needed to do was go to Gummy Ship and go to Config. For some reason, I never went down here or even saw this. This is what I want to do. So, we can see what every button wants. I mean, for one thing, we can actually change our small cannon and mid cannon to fire with different buttons if we really wanted. Oh, no, we can't. It changes them both. That's something I forgot. But yeah, this is where you can actually change your controls for your weaponry or functions on your Gummy Ship. For some reason, I completely forgot about that. And considering that circle is normally to cancel... I like Decelerate to be on circle and the cannons to be on X. Just changing them around would automatically change them. And considering I like to have my powerful magics normally on triangle in my shortcuts command, having the lasers on triangle is really good for me. So that's actually my preferred thing. So really, the only thing I'm changing is the decelerate and cannon options. That's the only reason. That's the only thing I change. But for some reason, I completely forgot that where to change the controls. I thought it came later with a certain upgrade, but that's not it. You just go into that menu, click config, and you can change the buttons. Okay, with that, now we're good, because I always instinctively press the attack button to, you know, attack. So, but yes, with the mid-size cannon, it doesn't shoot nearly as much, and it shoots, well, Are You a Wizard? From Binding of Isaac, effectively. You're shooting on diagonal positions from where you are aiming. However, we get 10 shots of our laser. I believe it's 10 anyway. Yep, 10 shots with our laser before we eat up 1 power bar. There is no charge in this, so don't worry about that. And, you know what? Be fine to spam it. That's why I'm actually not so miffed on missing out on a a small-sized cannon that, you know, shoots forward like we used to. Because I've got this laser, and the thing is, you see that marker? Targets. And once it hits, it just follows through with the rest of the line. So you can kill many heartless, or enemy ships. They're not really heartless, but they're just enemy ships. But you can kill many things with this laser, and it's so good. And you get it so early on, it's worth just slapping on and just, you know, having fun with it. And, you know, the mid laser, even though it's not as fast shooting, it does do a little bit more damage, but it is harder to aim. It's fine for, like, you know, the, It's fine for peripheral shooting, really. So I just keep it going and tap triangle whenever I need to shoot straight ahead. Now, I haven't talked about the icons in the top corner, really. I only mentioned the bottom two, the diamond being gummy block pieces and the bottom being blueprints. On screen right now, I'm going to put what each one is, and describe them as well. So the top is enemy ships. The one below is debris, like this sort of stuff that I'm shooting right now. I think it also counts for meteorites. Yep, it counts as for meteorites. Those stars that I just collect basically are full heal. The balls are shields, as I think I've already mentioned. The star balls are your power. I just missed a blueprint. That was dumb of me. But yeah, and the green cubes are HP. So, just thought I'd just explain that. Have something to talk about every time we go through gummy ship missions, because otherwise I've got, you know, nothing to talk about other than enemies that we're going to be fighting, or the gummy ship itself that we've made. But yes, we are at Olympus Coliseum. If you cannot tell what this level is actually based off of, well, the swirly Roman feel should give it away, to be fair. The aesthetic should be a complete nod. In fact, hell, the font. Well, very Greek looking. And what an epic entrance that was, but nothing else came out of it. So, new world, let's explore. Burning brightly, what happened if it goes out? Well, what puts out fire in this game? Blizzard. I don't think I whacked it properly. Okay, our ice is, yep, that flickered. That, we haven't got a powerful enough spell for that. We've got a Trinity here. In fact, I think, if you go in first person, when you have to activate Trinities for something to drop, yeah, there we go, you can actually see that there are chests sitting on these statues' arms, which is actually kind of funny. In fact, if I come over this way, it's on this one as well. Yeah, they're just sitting there, because I remember seeing them in cutscenes and YouTube reviews. So that's a thing. We've got a white Trinity here yet again, which we can't mess with. That's actually a really important one, so like, not for story reasons, but actually really good. So keep that in mind. There's a chest here that we're going to open. And we're going to make a potion. That's going to be really helpful later on. In fact, items are really going to be a crux in a moment. We've got a blue Trinity, which will give us that green chest that we just looked at. Plop. And that's another chest opened. Mithril shard. Thankfully, we just sold a couple, so we've actually got that back. That's helpful. I mean, it's not like enemies can't drop them, so... And we found 3 Dalmatians! In fact, now that we're in a new world, we should actually check that out. Chronicles, Wonderland, because we finished Wonderland story. Characters, I think it's just the Trickmaster. Oh, large body we didn't check, excuse me. What else have we got here? Where is it? There it is. Trickmaster. Turkey jerky attacks and juggling act, flustered saw and the others, yeah. And by the way, I've also been pointed out in the comments that for my brother actually, I'd never noticed the top part here. You can actually view their models. For some reason, I never noticed that. But no, you can't do it to check Mickey because I've checked. Back in the footage, if you choose Mickey, you can't press triangle. Yeah, for some reason I completely forgot that you can actually check their models. Anyway, what was getting back to? The puppies. Olympus Coliseum already complete in terms of puppies. We don't need to find any more Dalmatians here. So that's helpful. And, yeah, there's not actually anything else to, do. Now, I have noticed that when I look at the recording, that I don't really see any, inconsistencies with the graphics. But for some reason, while running this gaming component, some textures have this weird purple outline. Where I'm walking right now, there's, like, a purple kind of line in terms of the shading. It's a bit weird. I mean, it's really bad once we get into the next room, and I'll actually take a picture on my phone to show you, because it just, as far as I can tell, it does not come out in recording, so I don't know why. It's only through component on my TV. So, and it's not just this TV either. Oh, it's really bad here. In fact, hell, I can even see it on Goofy's snout. I mean, like, what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of this with my phone. And now I'm going to zoom out and I'm just going to... Yeah, that's a good angle. Look, I mean, I'll just put it on the screen right now so you know what I'm talking about. There's like purple blotches everywhere that doesn't come out in the recording for some reason. It's the exact same feed. I mean, they're both... you can't record the PS3 through HDMI. You have to do it through component or composite. And of course I'm going to do it component so I can get 1080p visuals. But for some reason on my TV... or any TV that I use, but for some, I get these purple blotches on this game. But in recording, from what I've noticed, it does not come out, because I'm looking at the feed right now and there's no purple blotches. It is weird. But yeah, let's continue on from here.
Good timing. Give me a hand, will you? Move that pedestal over there for me. I gotta spruce this place up for the games.
For the games! I'll get the games ready for you, Danny. Yes, this is basically the world based off of Hercules. That there is Philippines or Phil or Danny DeVito. Yeah, ridiculous. Wait, there's a new Trinity here. There's a yellow one. We haven't seen that yet. We can't push that. It weighs a ton.
It's way too heavy.
What? Too heavy? Since when have you been such a little...
I don't think you know voices.
Oh, wrong guy. What are you doing here? This here's the world-famous Coliseum. Heroes only. And I got my hands full preparing for the games. So run along, pipsqueaks. Look, it's like this. Heroes are coming from all over to fight ferocious monsters right here in the Coliseum.
You've got heroes standing right in front of you.
Donald's eyebrows.
Yup, he's a real hero chosen by the Keyblade.
And we're heroes too.
Hero? That runt?
Well, that's
What's
just...
so funny? I fought a bunch of monsters.
That's just rude, ain't it?
Hey, if you can't even move this, you can't call yourself a hero?
Maybe you need to lose a little bit of weight, buddy.
Okay, so it takes more than brawn. Well, let's see what you can do.
You know, it's funny how he trains heroes and yet he can't even, like, you know, push a block by himself. I mean, yes, we can't, but maybe this Trinity will unlock the power. I mean, why is it right next to it? But before I talk to him, I want to have a little... Actually, no, I'll leave that for a moment, actually. I'm jumping the gun a bit, because I thought we were going to go straight into something. No, we've got something that I do remember being a real big pain, which actually stopped me on my first time through playing this game when I was a wee little babby. And this was actually one of the final worlds I actually completed in the game. You can actually leave this world and skip right past it. As far as I know, for the most part, it's optional. This try... For the games, this trial was tough. You got what it takes. You ready? I'm ready! Okay, kid, let's see what you got. Trying my best Danny DeVito impression. I'm trying to, like, take a quote from the movie and then do that. We've got to do some training. The rules are simple. Bust all the barrels within the time limit. We have 30 seconds and 20 barrels. This is fine. What we got to do is use our combo finisher to destroy the barrels and launch them at the same time. And it's only your combo finisher that will destroy them. As you see here, I'm whacking it more than my 3 times I had to do, and yet it's taking me a little bit longer. So, it's definitely your combo finisher that has to finish them off. Otherwise, you'll just be here all day. By the way, that's really helpful to know. 2 colliding with each other is enough to destroy them both. So, throwing is actually really helpful here. Not bad for a beginner, that is. And then we got another one. This one takes a minute and there's 5 additional barrels and a much more complicated setup. This isn't the whole level, by the way. This is just for now, just to see how we cope. But this is the roadblock that stopped me from getting past this entire level on my first run through until I had a later spell where I could hit multiple things at once. Which is funny because once I beat this, you'll see what I mean. But this is how you're supposed to do it. First, whack all these, come down here, and when it's a single one, don't hit it, do the smart thing and pick it up, target that one and throw it. Use dodge roll to speed yourself up and make up for lost time if need be. I'm going to whack these. Right, let's pick this up.
Come on.
Right, now I want to target this one and whack it in the way I need it to. There we go. Sorry about that cut. I got interrupted. But for the final one, you chuck it. Now, if I knew about chucking them would actually break them when they collide, that would have been a lot more helpful when I was young. But instead, I had to use a multi-hitting magic attack just to take out most of the barrels because it took me too long to, like, get through a combo. And considering that some abilities extend or modify your combo, when I was young I didn't think to equip them either, so I made it harder on myself as well. And that actually made this entire level pips easy until I got to the hard stuff because I grinded it all out at once. But hey, that's more experience for me, I guess, because everything was kind of leveled out to... because it does scale with you a tad.
You know, you ain't bad, kid.
Looks like I'm headed for the games.
Afraid not.
Why not?
2 words. You guys ain't heroes.
Come on.
You train heroes, but you don't know how to count. Somehow I feel like that should be on the CV. Want to become a real hero? Start by mastering this spell. And this was the spell that I had to use later on in the game in order to get through that when I was young. Yeah, you can imagine my annoyance when that was the spell I used to cheese that second training. And then I'm awarded with the same, well, if you already had the spell, an upgraded spell. Because that's how it works with this game. If you gain the spell again, it basically stacks with the spell you already have, and it upgrades to the next level. You're basically using them both at once. But, yeah, you can imagine my annoyance with that. So, yeah. Sorry, can't let you into the games just yet. But I can train you for them. And this is the only time you can actually train again, get better scores, but it doesn't really mean anything. So, I'm ready for the games. You don't get it, do you? No entry pass for you. Well, that's kind of annoying. I do have thunder though, so I do want to mess about with this. I want thunder up top. And I want... don't really want fire. I guess I'll have them both on blizzard. I mean, that sounds redundant, but... nah, you know what? Have fire on the masher, because you can actually combo that pretty easily by rapid firing. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Right, okay, well, we're done with this level, I guess. So, let's just head back in Origami ship back to Traverse Town, I guess. Or to the next world.
Rather a stubborn old goat, wouldn't you say?
Who are you?
Oh, hey, hold on there, Fuzzboy. Wait, let me guess. You want to enter the games, right?
Whoa.
Well then, hey, get a load of this.
A pass?
It's all yours. Good luck, kid. I'm pulling for you, little shorty.
Okay, why was the entry pass floating in Hades' hands? By the way, Hades, love him in this game. He's a funny bloke. But the card was actually floating. I mean, what's with early games and having like a separate model in someone else's hands not match the movement properly? That's weird. But yes, he just gave us a entry pass for the games, even though Phil says we're not ready. Considering he's the Lord of the Dead, even though Sora and crew don't really know that, something tells me that our cold shoulder just started to light up on fire. I smell smoke. I know, that was a terrible joke. I do apologise for that. But hey, I want to save before we continue. Right, hang on a second. I need to save on this one. Because if I get a game over, of course, which I don't think I'm going to do so, but just in case anyway, I want to save just in case. Right, now I want to go into the pause menu here, and I want to equip Donald with a... do I want to do potions? I'm not entirely too sure. I don't think I want to, actually. I'm really debating it, because there is a tough fight coming, but you don't have to win it. But before we enter, let's check the rules. Number 1, in the games, the only thing you can hurt is your pride. Fight hard. You can forfeit any time. Fight as much as you like. Okay, fair enough. So it's not a deathmatch, so you will not get game overs during this, but the items that you consume will be gone. So that's why I saved. So if I do use my potions, and I've used too many, I can reload and keep my potions. Hey, how'd you get this? Can we enter the games now? Well, I guess so. We start with the preliminaries. Ready for the preliminaries? Yeah, let's go. Some real weirdos signed up for the games. Better watch yourself. Fair enough, old chap. Let's just hope that we don't become a lamb to the slaughter. Get it? Because it feels like a goat person thing and it's close enough. But Thunder? Because it... did I actually tech with Thunder? Or was that Goofy? Oh my god. No, that was Donald. Yeah, Thunder is really good for crowd control because it hits so many enemies, which is, like I said, why I kind of used it to cheese the second part of training. And we got through that really quick. And yes, every time that you win, you get a little bit of a victory pose or a little voice clip. You're not heroes yet, but you ain't doing bad. Luckily, you came to me for training. For coaching. Bleh, words. Similar thing. Oh, here we go. In the same game as Donald and Goofy, we have Final Fantasy VII's poster boy. Oh boy. He's here, which means we're gonna fight him. I mean, it's a Coliseum after all. Something tells me he'll be a tough one to beat. Who knows, maybe you'll end up facing him. And like I said, we can't actually get a game over during this, but our consumables will be used if we use them. Right, I need to... That was the wrong one. I meant to do... I don't have enough magic. Shit. No. I don't want to be targeting these ones. I want to be oh! Max MP and Slapshot, and I got that MP for it. So, hang on, I'm going to time this. Never mind, I'll just whiff the magic completely, and that time it didn't hit anything. Why did I have to get hit? But yes, I can't equip Slapshot in between battles, because as soon as the command menu goes blue, I can't pause during the Coliseum.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
So I can't equip that right now. But that is a combo modifier, that's a quick little uppercut that basically attacks super quick. So it just makes combos a little bit quicker. Right, I need to... That is not what I wanted to do. There we go. Tech all of those attacks. I need potion. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I was just about to use the potion, I got double hitted. Did you see that? That don't normally happen. I had half my health, at 2 hits in a row, I get freaking mullered. Are you kidding me? Thankfully that don't count as a game over like I said, but still. I got hit in the air while I clicked the potion, and because I landed on the floor, the potion got cancelled and I got hit again immediately, before I could even dodge roll. That was so quick! I don't believe that. Okay, well, that potion didn't get used, thank God. Okay, let's, let's do some damage control here. I don't believe that happened. I honestly cannot believe that happened. That was amazing. Okay, we need some potions here. Let's, I don't know what to say about that. That was flipping amazing. Okay, we got some damage control. Now let's get back to round 2. Rule number 9. Oh, I didn't read. Rule number 95, kid. Concentrate. I missed that, but I know what rule number 45 is because I remember the quote from the movie. So if it was actually concentrate, that's a nice touch. But I saw 95, but I pressed the button too quick. Okay. Wow, Donald actually did thunder. Well done, Donald. You actually did something. Actually, I think Donald's just taken out this entire battle, almost. Then again, Donald is also the stronger one when it comes to magic, so using thunder was actually a... I didn't kill anything! What's the matter with me? I said I was going to cut that out, but he did thunder before I did, so he killed everything when my thunder went off and hit nothing. Wow. Thunder. There we go, that's what I like to do. Okay, now we're making better progress, and it's funny how Donald did that then. Like I said, there's not really any way to control what magic Donald does in this game. I mean, some of them are called advanced, some of them are called healing, some of them are called offensive, but they're all like grouped, so you can't like set him to not use fire at all, or ice at all. He'll use some attacks right, but others wrong, and that can mess you up. Thankfully that hit every single enemy. So now we're back to where we were, where I got double teamed, and before I could use a potion despite having half my health before getting hit. Well, roughly near half my health, maybe a third. But that happened so quick. I went into the red and then immediately death immediately afterwards. What happened to post-hit invincibility? I mean, I know it's an action game, so sometimes that don't happen. But this game does hit it, because when you flinch like that, that's how it's done. So, I'm tempted to use it now. Yeah, let's use it now before we get the final hit off. Or Donald can just use ice at the right time. That helps. I was trying to time it so I would have done it at the end of the match, but... There we go. Say you're better than I thought, kid. Wish he was here to see this. Who? Hercules. He's a hero if there ever was one. Too bad he's off with his father. So, yeah, I'm going to say right now I don't actually lose during the preliminaries. That was just really unlucky and super fast. But what I will say, in considering this, is that with this comment, we immediately know where the events of this world is taking place in relation to the movie, Hercules. Alice in Wonderland seemed like it was going to start at the beginning, but Alice was already in the trial against the Queen, so that's near the end of the movie. Even though it didn't play out as such, you know, Kingdom Hearts makes it a little bit original. Just uses the original story as a base. But here, this is after the original movie, because if Hercules can go see his father on Mount Olympus without... and yet he couldn't do that before because he didn't have godlyhood and he had to go to the bloody statue. If he's actually off visiting his father properly, that means he's obviously obtained godhood, and this is after the events of Hercules, the movie. Just thought I would, like, bring that up, considering that was on screen. Oh! There we are. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, so my trick while going through this is to mostly focus on the magic casters, because they can hit you from a distance, and that's not fun, and they can also hit you, like, on the opposite side of the map or off screen, so you're going to take damage when you can't even see it coming. I mean, they are mob battles, but that's actually something else I haven't mentioned so far. Notice that all these enemies aren't dropping anything. They're not dropping health, they're not dropping magic, they're not dropping money. This is basically just for grinding experience, which is fine, because, like, you know, you can't actually game over, so it's in a controlled environment. But, so there's no risk of losing. But the problem is, you're not going to get any, like, item drops from enemies either. Okay. I'm going to go for a potion right now. That was perfectly timed. I'm trying to use my potions a little bit earlier now and not take another hit, because if I take a hit while healing, that's going to be bad. So, oh, Donald got a level up. Max AP went up, even though he can't use it yet. He hasn't got an ability yet that he can actually use it with. And we gave him the Ifrit's Horn as well, so he's got the AP from that.
That little punk is your next opponent, okay? don't blow it. Just take him out.
The great god of the underworld is afraid of a kid? Sorry, but my contract says...
I know! You think I don't know? I wrote the contract! I know it says you're only required to kill Hercules in this tournament. But you gotta fight that kid to get to him. Come on. Hey, it's like that old goat says. Rule number 11. It's all just a game. So let loose and have fun with it. I mean, a casualty or two along the way. It's no big deal, right? Jeez. Stiffer than the stiffs back home. Still, suckers like him are hard to come by.
Hades just said that Hercules is going to be in this tournament. Why is he going to be participating in the preliminaries? And Phil just said that he's off visiting his father. So why is he not here ready for his match? Some things just don't make sense at this point. Maybe he's like going to turn up right on time and be the hero he always is. Like, save the show! Because all these guys are not you. And I don't really actually want to be fighting that guy. What am I doing? But yeah, considering what Hades just said about Cloud there, it's obviously playing on the stereotypical, you know, he's always brooding, he's always moody, but is everybody forgetting how Cloud actually was in Final Fantasy VII? He was a lot more vocal, he was a lot more emotional. I mean, not that much emotional, but still emotional enough to not be considered emo like in the other Final Fantasy VII sequels and prequels, but you get what I mean. And I don't get why that is. I mean, I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy VII, mostly the NES version, not the original because it just looks fugly, but there you go. But yeah, still waiting for the remake, and we still haven't heard about episode 1 yet. But we're fighting against Poster Boy right now, and his Buster Blade is covered in wraps. Now, the thing is, I want these two to be bullying him right now. Thankfully, I've got 1 potion, so I've got to make it count. Right, can we cast fire on him? Is that effectable? Yes, that is actually quite usable. Let's spam. That's all I have. Right, so he's taking decent damage already. These guys are going right well. I'm trying to avoid him right now because I'm trying to wait for a certain attack. Because right, he keeps using every so often. That's the attack. I think that's called Dragon's Blade or something. Oh, Jesus. I'm surprised I didn't get hit there. I think that's called Dragon Blade or something. Where he does the down thrust, makes a thing, but he gets his sword stuck in the ground. Which is perfect. And after doing a combo, it's perfect to try and get a combo on him then. Right now, he's using Sonic Rave. We won't be dodging that. That basically pierces armor. I believe you can tech it, but it's quite hard to do, so... Get a combo off quickly. There we go. Send him flying. Ignore him. Basically, you want to keep your distance and just time your attacks. Come on, get him. Right, let's fire twice. There we go. Just get a bit of extra chip damage off from a distance. Donald and Goofy, he's not going to be focusing on really well. And I think that was actually the first item that Donald used on himself. I mean, you can't... If you lose this guy, it'll be like what happens with Leon. You'll basically progress the plot regardless. But if you do beat him, you get a decent helping of experience. I'm just trying not to get close to him, because if he hits me, I'm going to take tons of damage. At least Donald and Goofy are expendable. So take your time. Dance around like he is. Donald and Goofy aren't going to do a lot of damage, but they are there for support damage. Oh! I'm still not getting hit. How am I doing this flawlessly? This is crazy. And I bounced him back with that fire because he was in mid-jump. That was actually perfect. I've never done that before. At least what I can from remembering. Get the slide off. We're getting there. Oh, Goofy blocked a lot of attacks there. That shield is coming in handy. I know I haven't equipped him with the Smasher, but I'm glad I didn't. Can I actually just cheese this? There we go! 80 experience. MP up for Goofy. And I think he just got Jackpot as an ability. They don't appear on screen for that very long when you win a match. But we did it. We took down Poster Boy. And that's uncalled for. Who unleashed Fluffy?
Oh, right. There was one other rule. I forgot. Accident happened.
Hagrid, why'd you let this thing out of Hogwarts?
Hey, Phil! Get them out of here!
Yeah, he did appear in time. Phew, that was close. That was Cerberus, the guardian of the underworld. Herc shall be able to handle him. But then again, maybe not. This doesn't look good. Well, first, before we do anything, I like how the screen's gone red here. Don't want to go if he actually went through all their potions. And I only have one left. Wow, I really did need to equip potions. But still, I died before I used any of my potions because I got double teamed. That don't normally happen, but I guess it was a mixed blessing in a way. I mean, I still got the experience, and I didn't use any unnecessary potions. So I think what we want to do before anything is that we want to be equipping everyone with healing items mostly. You can have another ether. You can have a potion. We're actually going to be running out of items at this point, but it's kind of unavoidable. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. Well, I say in a moment. It'll probably be next episode, actually. I don't really want to be equipping any elixirs. I don't really want to equip the last mega potion. I think this is all I'm going to have to go by. The same setup we had before. But considering that Cerberus is there, Cloud's in a bit of an issue because we took him down. And not only that, I got stomped on by a three-headed dog. Hercules is not, even though he may be godly, he's got to be fighting against a servant of the underworld with a liability. He could use some backup, and Phil's not exactly having a good time. I think we know what we're gonna be doing in the next episode. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, where we take out the three-headed dog of the underworld. See you guys then.
Heroes are coming from all over to fight ferocious monsters right here in the Coliseum.
You've got heroes standing right in front of you.
Yup, he's a real hero chosen by the Keyblade.
And we're heroes too.